they can offer yours.
Just a little bit to let people know that,
Elliot,
especially right here where I reside in Worcester,
in
that
Worcester,
it's time people to
phone
really take
number
a look at what they want.
508-753-2967.
We are back.
I'm back right here, coming right at you live. That's right, on Blog Talk Radio. And I hope they like the music. Sometimes they don't like the music. They think that it's pirated. It's not pirated. It's free. It's free music, folks. But if not, I'll be on Facebook Live either today or tomorrow. Everybody can see it. So we'll see how that works. Hey, I want to talk a little bit about local politics, I want to talk a little bit about local politics from the perspective of being an archangel. And remember, archangel is a privilege to be doing the things that just giving out love to people and receiving love from people. It's a privilege to do those type of things. And with local politics, how am I going to bring these two together? Because local politics here in Worcester, where I reside, is just getting started again now. It's been 2 years since the last elections, and there's going to be a lot of people running for different offices and stuff out there. And to win in local politics, somebody had to vote for you. This is how you win, folks. I'm bringing it right down to the street. You don't win just because you got a whole lot of money in your purse and stuff like this, but you don't win like that. You win because people voted for you. People vote for you because either they like what you said, or they know you or know somebody that knows you, and they said that you're a good person. But this is the thing that I want people to kind of, if they can take away and stuff like that. The politicians, they don't run you. You run them. They work for you. You're electing them to be the person that represents your best interest, all your interests. So what it is just start taking a look at what makes you happy. What makes you sad? What makes you want to get up in the morning? What makes you like to sit out in front of your house dwelling and stuff like that? Start taking a look at all kinds of issues that pertain especially to you. Not to the herd that you run with. No, these have to be personal issues that relate to you. Say you live in the inner city part of the city, and with the old-fashioned, I don't mean old-fashioned, but they are old-fashioned, the 3-decker close buildings and stuff like that, and you really like just coming out and sitting on your stoop and stuff like that, interacting with the neighbors, but this has gone away. You don't do that anymore. People say, oh, that's too dangerous. Well, this is something that you want changed. You want the violence to be eliminated then. If you take a look at yourself, because I want to sit on my stoop when it's 90 degrees outside. I just want to be just sitting out on my stoop. I don't want to be judged by the police coming by. What are you doing sitting on the stoop? I live here. I don't want to be answering to any of those things. I don't want to be watching a bunch of people doing all kinds of illegal things in the neighborhood and stuff. I don't want to be watching that. I want to come out at 90-degree weather because it's hot in the house. So I want to sit outside, and just sitting on my stoop, having a cold one in a glass. That's what I want to be doing. And this is America, folks. That's what I should be doing. Because you can do that in another country. There's other countries, they can sit out in front of their tent. They ain't even got a stoop. And they can have a cold one and smoke cigarettes if they want to. Yeah? I mean, that's what they can do. Here in some parts of these cities and stuff, you can't do that. Because you didn't vote for the person who's going to have that in their little mindset. Because, one, they didn't know about it. And they don't sit out on their stoop. They go in their backyard and fire up their grill and don't have to put the beer in a glass. They just drink it right out the bottle.
Troop, I'm sorry to interrupt you out of nowhere, but your grandson Mason is sending you a shout out on
Mason.
Facebook. Yes, Facebook says, "Hi Gramps, it's Mason."
Hey, Mason. That's Mason. I'm shouting out Mason. That's my grandson. Yeah, Mason knows what Mason likes. He likes karate. Mason's gonna be a scientist. He likes doing it, and he likes his gramps. So that's a good thing. Yeah, thanks, Mace. Shouting me out like that. But anyway, like I was saying, people, make sure you take in the interest of what you want, right? Because if you're running with a herd, say you go down there to the herd meeting that might take place down at City Hall, and everybody comes to the herd. Half that herd don't live in the house with a stoop, either because they got a backyard or because they don't have a stoop. You know, a stoop, folk, that's in the front steps that you sit on, that we used to call it back in the day. So they don't have an interest in sitting outside in a hot weather and just, you know, chilling out and being cool. They don't know about that stuff. So that's not an interest to theirs. Their interest might be something to say, something that's got more of a philosophical look to it. It's like, oh, well, I don't really need to have a philosophical look. I don't really have to have something to say that I'm special and everybody should respect me and stuff, you know. They should do that anyway. That's just part of being an archangel. You should show that respect and stuff. That's not politics. That's archangel. Y'all can do that anyway, and you can get card and you can get a certificate worthy of fragrance. But you know, for the stoop issue and stuff, that's very important for people. For I believe for people to interact back with people. Kids can sit out there with their parents right on the stoop. You got them right. They're right there. You're watching them and stuff. Everybody, you know your neighbors. You're saying hello to everybody. So your security's growing again and stuff. It's a win-win situation for a community to be able to sit out on the stoop. But the politicians don't know it exists. So this is just one issue that you should take a look at to see if it's something that you want to do. Because the whole issue is make sure it's something that you want to do. And if there's somebody that's running for office who's got your best interest in there, then vote for them. If somebody's running for office because they got a good whole lot of dialogue and stuff, that's got all kind of philosophical things, they got history in it about this, that, all these things of that nature, and that's important to you, vote for them. But, you know, if it's not important to you because it doesn't get you out that 90-degree sweat box that you're living in the night, and you can sit out there and have a cold tonic and watch your kids and interact with people and stay cool and stuff, then, you know, all that good rhetoric, all that good philosophy means absolutely nothing because your armpits are going to sweat, folks. So, you know, it ain't going to help you out a little bit. But this is coming up, so it's going to be quite entertaining. And here we got school committee stuff like that. The schools, I don't know about the schools all that much, but the school committee members I've seen, some of them quite aged, you know, they still think you got to pick the car up and run with the feet to get it going, you know. It's like, no, you can turn the key. You don't even have to turn the key. You can yell out the window, start. It'll start. Yeah, they're pretty, they mean well, they're just a little bit out of date, and I think that, you know, but people get involved when they get comfortable, you know. You don't really get involved on a personal level unless you're comfortable within yourself, you know, and if you're comfortable within the herd because you don't really want to bring attention to yourself, but you want to be part of the herd because you're a little bored and stuff, like, you know, some of these protests, why are you marching in the middle of the street? You know, that's okay to march in the middle of the street as long as you got an issue while you're marching in the middle of the street. If you're marching in the middle of the street because of something that doesn't have any plan to change, it's like, okay, you marched in the middle of the street. You can go back home now, and you can feel good about yourself and say, yeah, you see me marching in the middle of the street? I was the one in the fourth row back, and kind of over on the left-hand side. Yeah, I was in that part of the herd over there, you know. Wasn't that cool? You know, like, what were you marching for? I was marching for the rights of my people. Okay, you can do that. And speaking of the rights of my people, I'm going to ask Will here about Chicago. Yeah?
Well, Troop, as you know, I have been paying a lot, really close attention to what's going on in Chicago as of late. And there was an article that just came out yesterday. So a lot of people think I'm obsessed with it, but this is an article that just came out just yesterday, and it's titled "Chicago Carnage Out of Control." Politics Explained is the website, and it says 12 shot in Windy City over the weekend after Trump calls bloodletting totally out of control. Over a dozen people were shot in Chicago this weekend as violence in the Windy City continues to outpace what can only be described as a blood-drenched 2016. It is outpacing, is not totally out of control. Is not an unwarranted description. There have been 515 shootings in Chicago so far this year, an astonishing rate of nearly 9 per day, compared to 466 by the same time last year. In the month of February alone, 204 people were shot and 48 were killed.
Hey, that's just outrageous. But, you know, I'll be honest with you folks. I'm bringing it right back to here on election time. We don't have the numbers like that here, you know. But that doesn't mean those type of things aren't an issue that can't happen here. If that's an issue, that's something that's near and dear to your heart, that you think that this type of behavior shouldn't be allowed to exist. It ain't that this type of behavior shouldn't be allowed to exist just in Chicago. It shouldn't be allowed to exist any place among a civilized population. You should be able to go out to your park and hang out and play and not be worried about some bullets ricocheting off of something else and you get hit by it. I mean, these are just natural kind of things that people need to live by. Even I'm gonna go to history. Even back in the hunter-gatherer societies and stuff, at least here come the enemy. All right, let's set out a perimeter to fight them. You didn't have to worry about. They didn't worry about getting accidentally shot or worry about people coming into their neighborhood inside their little circle to do all kind of evil, vicious harm. We living in a society that worries about that. How strange is that? We're living in one of the greatest societies in existence today, and a hunter-gatherer society has more safety and happiness and pleasure within their circle than we do. That's just not making any sense.
Yep.
That's not making any sense. So, yeah, Chicago could be the image for the change that you want to see in your neighborhood.
98 shot and killed, 425 shot and wounded,
Yeah.
total shot 523, total homicides 103 people have died this year in Chicago.
And that's nuts, because one person dying from some kind of violence that really has nothing to gain really makes no difference at all. It's bad. No matter how you cut it, one is too many. So, but right here, these are issues that I think people should be looking at, and really educate yourself on these issues too. Just don't look at it from the lens of passion. You want to look at this from the lens of reality. You know, Chicago could come to Worcester or could come to Rockland, where my grandchildren live.
I don't think you'd let that happen, True.
That ain't gonna happen. It could come any place that exists within any part of the world. Violence could just creep right in. You know, if they clean up Chicago, right? How they gonna do it? Don't know. But the people that are prone towards the violence, because they might be they might have had this behavioral thing and there's nothing to get to change their mindset. They're going to move.
Mm-hmm.
They're going to move. Their behavior hasn't changed because nobody changed their behavior. What if they move? I hate what ifs though. But if they move here, now they live here.
Yep.
And if you went out there and you elected somebody on some philosophical, some rhetoric that has absolutely nothing to do with change or anything, then the only thing that happens is the society that you want won't develop. The society that you know will not exist any longer either. You know, it's like people, you got to, if you're going to, because it's an election year, you got a long time to take a good look at what you want. And then if the people that are running, that are out there running for these things are going to supply you with what you want, then you vote for them. And then you hold those feet to the fire. Burn those shoes off of them. Make them work. I'm tired. I've been working so hard to try to make change. Not hard enough.
Mm-hmm.
Not hard enough, you know. You better get your little silly self back out there and take care of that thing. Cause I want to sit outside on my stoop when it's 90 degrees outside and drink a Diet Pepsi, because that's what I like.
Another thing before you end the show quickly, Massachusetts was named the best place to live, the best state.
Massachusetts was named the best
state. Yes. Governor Baker accepted the award based on education, cost of living, and everything factored in, crime and everything factored in. Massachusetts was the #1 state, and New England had 6 states were all in the top 25 places to live.
Oh, I could see that because I quickly I tell you folks, one year in school I took an archaeology course when I was doing my undergraduate work in anthropology, and what I did, I took a map of Boston, and I took a dot,
Mm-hmm.
and I kept hitting schools, and I kept hitting churches.
Wow.
So yeah, would it be the best education?
Mm-hmm.
Time I threw a dot, I hit one.
Yeah.
It was like we got all kinds of education here in Massachusetts. Great education. We got some lousy lower class school educations. We got some higher educations that are the best in the world and stuff. And that's just true.
Yeah.
And what it is, we're not taking advantage of it. Some of the poor people aren't taking advantage of the situation. Because like I said earlier in the show, you're mandated to go to school till you're 16.
Mm-hmm.
It's like you can't get away from it. So if you got to go to school till you're 16, go to the good school.
Make something out of it.
Or make your school a good school.
Yeah.
You know, you can start right there. Well, I guess like 2%, I'm probably out of time.
It is.
I want to shout out Mace. Go on, Mace.
Yeah. Wait a second. I think we have a caller.
How do you get a caller?
Yes, caller. You are on the line. Caller, are you there? Oh, maybe the caller hung up. But, yeah, we definitely have a... Let me see. Caller, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay. How you doing?
I'm doing pretty good.
All right. Do you have a question for Trooper
I
Joe?
hear echo.
I don't know what I could really do about that.
Well, no, I'm very satisfied with President Trump so far.
Okay.
I supported him from the beginning and continue to do so. I think he should work double time on these illegal immigrants.
Yep.
Stop the flow of refugees. I don't think American citizens should stand behind any illegals, immigrants, or refugees when they're seeking services from an agency. And I believe that if they legalize street drugs, then you would remove the violence between the distribution and sale of these illegal drugs. It's legalized. You're not going to stop an addict from being an addict, no matter if the drugs are illegal or legal. Addicts need to have some treatment. They're sick. It's not prison time. So legalized drugs, have a dispensary where they can receive them. They get the proper dosage. Make sure the drug is safe. They can sit and be monitored. and then they can go on about their business. You can tax it, set up business as far as these dispensaries don't be concerned. There's people who will be needed for transportation. It's a good idea.
Well, thank you very much for your
And
call.
for
Thank you for your call.
and for
Trooper
school
Joe.
choice.
Okay, Trooper Joe is going to respond, but thank you very much for your call.
I just want to respond a little bit to the to the legalization of drugs and stuff like that. I hear what you're saying and everything, and what you're saying is definitely has a lot of true facts to it and everything. I only have one problem, and this is only my personal problem with this here. It does nothing to bring the person into a state of being where they want to improve themselves. You know, if you legalize it, they stay in that kind of world where they now the only thing they're doing, they don't have to really be sneaky about going to get some kind of drug, which is a good thing. You know, and the taxing of it and stuff. I don't think, and I don't know who's going to receive the benefits from the taxes, because like I said, if you don't know that, if you don't really want to say that you want to be able to sit out on your stoop in 90-degree weather, though the taxes are out there to do something so that make it able for you to sit out on your stoop, but you don't know that and you don't have a politician that's going to spend the taxes to do something like that, then them taxes aren't going to service
Yeah,
you
but
either.
that's not the. How many people have been shot so far this year?
In Chicago?
Do you drink alcohol, if I may ask?
No, I don't
You
drink
ever
alcohol.
shot a cut a Jack Daniels? Well, just say you had a shot of Jack Daniels.
Well, I don't drink.
Well, I'm just going hypothetically.
Okay.
You would never be out on the corner shooting at somebody over that Jack Daniels. Why?
But look
And if you're not out there shooting at somebody else, then that means that the possibility of some innocent person getting shot or hit by a bullet won't happen, because you can go to the store and buy a Jack Daniels
and I'm agreeing with
all
you.
day long.
I'm agreeing with you 100%. You'll be drunk and you won't be able to go out there and shoot somebody because you got your Jack Daniels.
Well, it's
but
not
look,
about
now wait,
being
I'm gonna
drunk,
finish.
but you won't.
Let me just finish this little part right here. See, I won't be out there shooting somebody because I got homework. I got a paper to write. Takes me a long time to type that paper. I won't be out there shooting somebody because I gotta go and do my homework and do the study. This is my argument to legalizing things that are all they're gonna do is create something for you that is pleasurable only in one little dimension, and that dimension doesn't have any real plan or any future to it. But the only future that you're going to get from legalizing alcohol and drugs is you're going to get sick eventually, you know, and with that sickness...
Innocent people won't get shot. You know, I'm here in St. Louis where you can conceal carry without a license.
Yeah.
And nobody's out shooting at each other back and forth. You can conceal carry without a license. You can open carry if you do have a concealed carry license here in St. Louis. No, you're not having no gunfights on the street like OK Corral like they talk about.
No.
So that's a good thing.
Yeah, well...
That's different than Chicago.
I know, but like I said, I could hear and feel what you're saying and everything. It's just, for me personally, there's no real productive type of thing.
Oh,
You have a very well-spoken manner. You didn't drop out of school at 16. You know?
No, I didn't drop out of school at 16.
You know, so if somebody drops out of school... Okay, if somebody drops out of school at 16 and all they can look forward to is being able to buy some illicit, some legalized drug now, it's like their life, it might be a happy-go-lucky life for them. I'm not saying that, but it won't be productive to them and their loved ones. Or society.
Well, if they're going to be an addict, they're going to be an addict.
I feel real bad.
That's the point. The point is that it's the people that's selling the drugs. That drug began when it's a plant for $2 a kilo. When it hits the streets of a major city, it's $90,000 a kilo.
I know.
That's going to attract anybody.
Look at here. I'll tell you who the biggest drug dealer is in this country and everything like that.
Don't worry about that. They ain't the ones out on the corner shooting at these people.
But they're the ones.
That is the immediate problem.
They're the ones letting it in. We've been in Afghanistan for over, 15 years now? The southern part of Afghanistan is a poppy field. It's been a poppy field
That,
forever.
I understand
but
that.
wait, they
I
haven't
understand that
changed
they're
it.
going to keep on making poppy.
Who do you think
But
brings
this-
it in? Afghanistan
I don't care
people.
who brings it in.
they're
They
not.
wouldn't bring it in like that if it was not illegal. That's the problem. The
No, they bring-
illegal,
if
and
they're-
then too, you would have these interdictions. You would have these interdictions with these police seizures where they take your cash. If you walking down the street and you got a large sum of money in your pocket, they can take it and you got to prove to them where you got it from. You won't get it back immediately, and you may not get all of it back.
And you know, I agree with you 100%, and I think that the change needs to come. For me personally, all I can really say is that I don't believe that the change should come by legalizing any kind of substance that's going to alter somebody's state of mind. I think the only altering of
And
the
me
state of mind
personally, I
should
think
be
they should.
in
So
education.
listen,
I know,
agree
I know.
to disagree.
I hear you, and this has been a fun conversation, but we over.
So
Yeah, you guys need to put another quarter in the box.
hey,
Hey,
listen.
thank you.
know, if you want to call back, we're on every Wednesday from 3 to 4 at this same place. And listen, we really do appreciate your
I
call.
appreciate it.
Love for you to call next week after, whenever you feel like calling. As long as we're on, you always have a place to talk here.
And then I certainly
Yeah.
want to let people in the Northeast up here know what it's like living in St. Louis or living in any other part of the country
And-
or the
and
world
do
who
some
wants
study
to
on
call
those. Do some studies on those countries that has already legalized drugs. All those bad things have not happened. Matter of fact, drug use went away. Went down tremendously.
Oh, yeah.
I'll talk to you guys later.
All right. Hey,
thank
you have a great one, my friend. All right. I think we out because we done went over and stuff
Well,
like that.
we still got 19 minutes, so we
Right,
can thank
yeah.
all the listeners.
Oh,
All the
thank
listeners,
you.
thank you very much for calling in. And next week, if you want to call and talk on the show with Trooper Joe, the number is 323-870-4069. Again,
Write that down.
that number is 323-870-4069. One more time, 323-870-4069. We thank you so much for joining Trooper Joe here on ArchAngel, A Return to Chivalry. See you next week, Wednesday, from 3 to 4.
Yeah, this is Trooper Joe, and I'm wishing everybody to have that fun and sending all the love out to everybody, because that's what this world is going to, the best thing that's going to come out this world is once we start respecting everybody and start loving everybody and feeling the privilege of loving somebody. Not the need to love somebody. It's a privilege